Hello everyone, and welcome back. Well, not welcome back, but welcome to a new playthrough of an old playthrough. Um, we beat Pokemon Emerald. We got all 8 badges, and we beat the Elite Four as well as the champion, Wallace. Now, what's next is the Battle Frontier, and I have been hyping up this place since we started our original playthrough of Pokemon Emerald. Now, what the Battle Frontier is basically this huge island resort place with different facilities, battle facilities. In these battle facilities, you will take on different challenges and series of Pokemon teams that have increasingly good movesets, and your goal is to win as many battles as you can consecutively and collect symbols. Now the symbols in the game, if you look here, we don't have any, of course, we just got here. But there's 7 symbols. I said earlier that there's 8, but there's 7. I mixed up the number. So to get symbols, you have to defeat the brain. Now, what the brain is, basically the brain is like the leader. It's like the boss for each of these facilities. Once you complete a specific amount of battles consecutively, you'll fight the Silver Brain battle, which is like the boss, but usually it's not as hard as the Gold Symbol boss, which requires more wins in a row, and they're going to have an even more difficult team usually. So the first facility we're going to be taking on is the Battle Factory. Each of these facilities have their own gimmick or own challenge, and this is my favorite of them all, the Battle Factory. Now, the awesome thing about the Battle Factory is that you don't have to use any of your own Pokemon. You get to use Pokemon that are already in the game. So, in this factory, there's Pokemon rentals, and they already have their own movesets and everything, so all we have to do is choose which ones we want on a team of 3, because the Battle Frontier is all teams of 3, and find our best fighters with the best movesets and take them on. So it gives us hints in here as to what the opponent's team is. So they have mostly, ground types. So we should take advantage and know that and get types that are strong against ground types, such as Shifter here. Now if you notice, this is level 100. Now of course you can't actually catch these Pokemon that are here and obtain them as your own. But you get to use them in battle, but you're also going against these types. So we're going to get Zam, as well as we need a physical attacker, so we'll take Ursaring. This is our team of 3, and we're going to head right into the factory for our first battle. This is my favorite part of Pokemon Emerald, that I've spent countless amount of hours on trying to get all gold symbols. The reason why I said, although I've played this game for several years and never got all the gold symbols, is because it's incredibly difficult. You will be hit by so much bad RNG and hacks and just horrible things to come whenever you're going through the battle frontier in general. So in order to get the silver symbol here in the Battle Factory, you have to win 21 games in a row. Well, after 20... Okay, let me put it like this. So each set here in the Battle Factory, it's a set of 7 matches. After you win 7 matches in a row, you get a few battle points. Battle points are used to buy some moves, items, and things like that at the Battle Frontier store. Now, like I said, each set is 7 matches. After you win 20 games in a row, which is 2 sets and then 6 matches on the 3rd set, you face off against Nolan, which is the Silver Brain Leader for the Battle Factory. Well, he's the silver and gold leader. But basically, his team is going to be random every time, since the Battle Factory your opponents are is going to be random. So he has randomized Pokemon, but he's a little more challenging because he has good AI. Excuse me. So, before you just choose a Pokemon in the Battle Factory just because it looks cool or just because it's a strong Pokemon, first look at its move pool. They have fits to move pools. Why is that doing so? That's gonna kill me. Yep, it's a critical. See, it already starts. So, before you even choose a Pokemon, make sure you look at its move set. I should say, not move pool. Look at its move set. Make sure it's a good move set. Because a lot of times you'll be able to choose a Pokemon that's really strong, but it has a horrible move set, so you can't take advantage of that. And vice versa. So we won that first battle. Now the really cool thing is, after you beat an opponent, you have the option to trade one of your Pokemon for one of theirs. Only one though. So I think I like my team, so we're gonna keep what we have. So there's so much to the Battle Frontier that I can explain. I'm trying to get through all of it. So with the Battle Factory, I want to explain this fully while we're here. There is no key way to beating it, but there's tips and hints I can definitely give. One is, like I said, choose the best Pokemon with the best movesets, the best, look for good stats as well as nature, and make sure you don't choose Pokemon of the same typing. Try to kind of avoid doing that in case you get swept by someone who's super effective against your typing. Pay attention to what the factory guy says about your opponent before the match. He'll tell you like what type of team you're gonna go up against, so you can kind of prepare. Excuse me. Sorry for yawning. I'm always yawning. Another thing, oh yeah, trades. So I won't say the exact like numbers because it's a bit complicated, but I don't know if it's actually true, but apparently the more you trade Pokemon, like after each battle here on the Battle Factory, the better Pokemon you'll end up getting later on. Like you'll get stronger and better Pokemon. Now the thing about the Battle Frontier as well is most Pokemon are viable. Like you can use most Pokemon in battle, but there's some Pokemon that are banned. Some legendaries. There's a lot of legendaries you can use, but some of them, excuse me, some of them you can't use. Like Mewtwo or Mew or I don't know, Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza. But there's a lot of legendaries you can't use, like the legendary dogs from Gen 1, you can use them. You can use the Regis from Gen 3. You can use the legendary, I said legendary dogs from Gen 1. I meant to say legendary dogs from Gen 2. And the legendary birds from Gen 1, you can use them. And the game will tell you, who you can use, who you can't. Well, it'll tell you who you cannot use. Basically, any like broken or overpowered Pokemon, you won't be able to use. But yeah, you can use quite a few legendaries. Excuse me. But even if you bring legendaries, it's still not going to be easy. Because like I said, you have to beat these battles consecutively. Meaning, you could get to like 50 straight wins, but you can just get hit by like 3 criticals in a row, and you have to start all over to get to the gold symbol. And that's where the Battle Frontier is so difficult, is because you get hit by so much bad RNG and just cheap moves and cheap move sets. For instance, I didn't mean to use that. I meant to use Giga Drain. For instance, I talked earlier, I think it was actually episode 1, I joked about Rhydon's Quick Claw Horn Drill. Well, the reason why I said that is because Rhydon actually has a set here where you remember what Quick Claw does, right? Well, Horn Drill is a move that's a one-hit KO move. We had it on our Rhyhorn. It has only 30 accuracy and only 5 PP, but the AI loves to spam those moves, and I get hit by them all the time. And there's been several times where I'll make it far, getting close to the brain for whatever facility I'm in, and I'll get hit by multiple one-hit KO moves in a row. Other hats you're going to deal with are double team spammers. They love to use double team a lot, or minimize. You'll get hit by, let's see, what are some other hats? Like, oh yeah, Attract. They love to spam Attract. They love to spam Confuse Ray, Thunder Wave, like those annoying status moves as well as one-hit KO moves. There you go, see Attract right there. It gets really annoying, right? Now the thing is, the AI, for the most part, the AI can be pretty dumb. Like, they can have a super effective move against your Pokemon, but they decide not to use it, just use other moves. There's a Swampert. They decide to just use other moves for whatever reason. Most of the time, that makes it easier, but sometimes it doesn't, because if you're playing against an actual good opponent, you can, like, predict what he's gonna do, so it can help you play better, because you know what he's gonna try and do. But the AI can be unpredictable at times and just do dumb stuff that actually, you know, works. Because, you know, Broken Clock is correct, like, what, is it once or twice a day? So, you get the point. So, yeah, let's see. So, I wanted to talk about, EV training as well. So, EVs, what EVs are, they stand for effort value points, basically. And when your Pokemon receive EVs, it basically increases their stats. Now, there's 6 different EVs in Pokemon. There's attack EVs, HP, special defense, defense, and special attack, and speed. Basically, there's one for each stat, right? I could have just said that. So, in knowing that, what you want to do for the Battle Frontier to make it, to have a much better chance at winning, is give your Pokemon EVs. So, in order to give your Pokemon EVs, you have to attack and kill certain Pokemon. So what I mean by that is, every Pokemon, and I mean every single Pokemon, has an EV yield, meaning that every Pokemon will give out a certain amount of EV and a certain stat whenever you kill them. For instance, Espeon here, I believe Espeon gives you 2 EVs in special attack. I believe, I might be wrong. Oh my god, why is he using... Okay. But I think it gives you like 2 EVs in special attack. So if I kill Espeon, then my Pokemon, whoever I killed it with, gains 2 special attack EVs from that Espeon. It doesn't have to be the Pokemon that kills it. If you're doing like a double battle and both of your Pokemon like receive EXP from it, then both of them get 2 special attack EVs. Now, the reason why EVs are important is because, like I said, the more you raise EVs for any stat, the higher your stat will increase. So, there's a total of 510 EVs you can give your Pokemon in total. Because it feels like in infinity, it would just be broken, right? So there's a limit to it. So in total 510 that you can spread between all stats. However, you can only give a total of 252 to a specific stat. So if I wanted to give my Pokemon 252 or I wanted to give my Pokemon high speed EVs. See, there's Horndrill. Thank goodness he missed, but they'll probably hit it later. I wanted to give my Pokemon high speed EVs because I wanted to be really fast. Well, I can kill a bunch of Pokemon that give out speed EVs, but I can only do that up to 252 of them. Now, whenever I do that and level him up, his speed stat is going to increase far more, and I mean far more, than it would if I were not to EV train him at all. So, in figuring out like what stats to give, or like what EVs to give your Pokemon, it depends on the Pokemon itself. It also depends on you. But there's a lot of different websites and stuff online, specifically Smogon. That's the one a lot of people love to use. They have recommended movesets and like EV spreads for each Pokemon, for each generation as well. That would be best. So, for instance, a Pokemon like the one I'm using here, Shiftry. Shiftry is not a defensive Pokemon, right? He's an offensive Pokemon. So if I were training up my Shiftry for the Battle Frontier, I would give him full speed EVs to make sure he can outspeed as many Pokemon as he can. And then, I'm actually fake out here. And then, after that, I would increase his attack as well as his special attack, right? Because I would make him a mixed attacker. For Kangaskhan, I would increase his speed and attack. And now, after you do 252 for 2 stats, you'll have like 6 left over. Dang it, that's not good. I don't like that. You'll have 6 EVs to use left over. So you really want to take advantage of EVs in Pokemon Max Critical, because they will make your life so much easier. It does take a minute to train them, but trust me, it makes things so much easier in the long run. Now, if you're like, well, I don't know what Pokemon gives out what, EV yields. Again, look online. For any Pokemon game you're playing, pretty much, like, they'll have different, like, the best places in the game to give your Pokemon, or to train EVs. So let's say in this game, if I wanted to train a certain Pokemon in HP, because I want it to be like a bulky tank, the best place to do that, in my opinion, would be the Rust Turf Tunnel. Because in Rust Turf Tunnel, there's Whismers, and the Whismers give out 1 HP EV yields. So, Whismer's the only one in there. So I could just farm, kill a bunch of Whismers, and in no time, I'll have a bunch of HP EVs. Now, remember when we got the Macho Brace, and I said this is one of the best items in the game? We got them from the Winstrate family. Dang it. Well, what the Macho Brace does is it doubles the amount of EVs you get from each attack, or not each attack, from each kill. So like say this Hypno here, I believe he gives out special defense. I think he gives 2 special defense. So instead of receiving 2, if I have a Pokemon holding Macho Brace and I kill him, I'll get 4. And so that it makes things, it sounds like not much, but it makes things so much faster, so much better. I did not do any EV training for our regular gameplay. I just want to point that out. I did not do any EV training. When I was leveling up, I was just fighting trainers, doing wild battles and stuff like that. That's all I was doing. So anyways, I just want to point that out. More on EVs too. There's this thing called Pokerus, and what Pokerus is, it's a very, 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 very rare illness your Pokemon can get. The thing is, the game calls it an illness, but it's the best illness ever. If it's an illness, then I want to get sick, because what Pokerus does is I think it quadruples? No, it doubles. Yeah, it doubles the EVs you get. So it's like your Pokemon get the Macho Brace without actually holding the item. Now the cool thing about this is, say you have a Pokemon with Pokerus and you're holding the Macho Brace, that doubles on top of another double. So think about how much EVs you can get from just one kill, you know? So yeah, it's a lot to it. The way you get Pokerus is just through like killing wild Pokemon. But like I said, it's a very, very, very rare chance that you'll get it. Like, don't even try to like farm for it or spend a lot of time trying to get it, because it's incredibly rare. Like, it's rare enough to try and get a shiny Pokemon, but it's much rarer to get Pokerus. So don't waste your time. But if you do get it, it can spread. And you know you have it because if you look at your Pokemon, like on this summary menu, it'll say on the left side that it has Pokerus. And your Pokemon can spread that Pokerus to other Pokemon whenever they're in the same party, and when they're like in the same PC bots, the Pokemon around it will get Pokerus as well. So it has no negative effect on them, so it's not a bad thing at all. It's really awesome. Anyways, I need to switch out. I'm taking forever to kill this Miltank. So that's one huge step in beating the Battle Frontier. And the reason I say that is because the Battle Frontier is filled with Pokemon that are EV trained. And especially when you get into later rounds, they're going to have even better and even more EVs. So, if you don't EV train them, it's like David versus Goliath, pretty much. So, you definitely want to train them up. Again, there's several different types of EV spreads to do. Like, if you're using what they call a fast sweeper, like physical sweeper, which is basically a Pokemon that's fast and has high attack, its priority is to outspeed other Pokemon and hit it with physical moves that kill them quickly, right? So usually these Pokemon are going to get full 202 speed EVs, 202 attack. But then you also have defensive Pokemon, for instance like a Skarmory, who you want them to be bulky, you want them to be able to take hits and yeah, just tank a bunch of hits for your team. So in that case, usually people give Skarmory a lot of HP. They may give it sometimes they give it special defense, even though it has really high defense, to kind of balance out the defenses. Sometimes they give it speed as well. It's up to you really, but just look online to really give you help. There's YouTube videos where people upload like the best moveset for different Pokemon for the Battle Frontier Emerald. So if there's a certain Pokemon you want to use, you might be able to find a good set for it. Alright. So here's Golduck. This is the 7th match. So once we beat this, we'll be done with set 1. It doesn't mean we have a symbol or anything, but it does mean that, what was I gonna say? It does mean that we, will receive battle points, and we'll move on to round 2. Now each round, you're gonna receive Pokemon in the factory that have different movesets. The Pokemon that you get, like, that they offer you, it differs. Like, it's just random pretty much, so you have to choose between the 6 selections and choose who's best. So this here is a bad matchup. Let's see. That's gonna do a lot, actually. He has high attack. That almost killed me. Wow. Okay. I'll try and go for a burn, I guess. Fire punch can burn, right? Yeah, it can burn. But of course I don't get it. It's like a 10% burn chance, I think. The other thing is, I think I talked about natures too. I told y'all what natures do. But there's also a thing called egg moves in Pokemon. So Pokemon normally, they learn moves either by the TMs you buy for them. Of course they learn moves by level up. And there's also move tutor. Oh my god, dude. There's also move tutors in the game that you can teach moves to them. But Pokemon also can learn moves from breeding by egg moves. Now, it's a long explanation for egg moves as well, because egg moves and breeding gets very like complex, kind of like EVs do. But basically, you can get special moves on certain mons from breeding, and so if you look up different sources and stuff, you're like, oh, you know, I want this move on this Pokemon. That's a critical. See, like the criticals are already coming in. You guys see it. This is a Houndoom too, so there's a good chance I lose this. Okay, one Brick Break somehow killed him. It's crazy. So anyways, there we go. So we defeated Black Belt Ricardo. Now, we got 3 battle points. Now, we won't really be able to buy much with that yet. But, we'll keep going. It'll tell us right here, our current win streak is 7, right? So you want to get that to 21. It takes a lot of patience. If you're going to take on the Battle Frontier on Emerald, I'm telling you, have a lot of patience, because you're going to deal with a lot of bad RNG, a lot of frustration. A lot of times where you'll get near the end, and then something dumb will happen, and it's not even your fault. So a lot of times, don't think that your team is bad, or that you need to rearrange your team, or give up or anything. It just means you're just hit by bad RNG. Often that's what that means. Look at this Rhydon. Adamant Nature, which is plus attack minus special attack. Earthquake, Horn Drill, Rock Slide, Brick Break. That's beautiful. That is a beautiful moveset for him. That's what I wanted for ASAP Rocky. But this is the only facility that you get to use rental Pokemon in. The other 6 ones, you gotta bring in your own Pokemon that are grinded. But if you want to farm for a bunch of battle points, because battle points can, like I said, they help you get some good moves as well as useful training items. I definitely recommend like just training here in the whatchamacallit, in the factory, battle factory. Now another thing about the Battle Frontier, it's like a competitive site. So whenever you bring your Pokemon here to battle, they're not going to gain any XP from the battles. So don't think that you can use the Battle Frontier in order to get high levels. It's like, nah, that's outside of the frontier. You gain high levels to come here. So there's Flygon, another. That's a dragon ground type, actually. He's not a flying type, despite it being in his name. But he does have Levitate, so. This is Tauros. Now, he's not a catchable Pokemon in this game. But you can trade him from another game here. We're gonna go with Crunch since he just intimidated us. But Salamence is one of the best Pokemon you can get in the factory. Because, I mean, he's just a really good Pokemon, period. But, he's just just real powerful. He has some good moves. This set 2 that for him with Double Edge and Crunch is actually like his worst set. See what I mean? The AI is dumb. He just used Earthquake on the Salamence. There we go. Like Double Edge and Crunch. Double Edge is great for Salamence, but Crunch isn't the best. But it did good there. Now we have Ninetales, which can't really do much to us besides burn. So I feel like we can just go ahead and Double Edge this thing down. Hopefully Heat Wave doesn't burn us. There we go. There's 2 modes for each. You probably noticed, like, whenever I click to start this Battle Factory set, it asks for 2 modes, like whether you want to do open level or level 50. Level 50 is basically, I won't say easy mode, but you're going to be using like lower tier Pokemon and going against lower tier Pokemon in order to get the gold symbols. That's basically what it is. And they're going to be only level 50. The thing is though, is you continue to progress, eventually you're going to be using higher tier Pokemon like the ones we're using now. So it really doesn't make that much of a difference. But I am going to be doing level 50 mainly for the other facilities, because I'm not going to sit here and level my Pokemon up to 100 because that's just going to take forever. Not only that, but we'll be able to get through the first several rounds a lot faster. So here's Granbull, yet another Intimidator. Another thing is, many people claim that the Battle Frontier cheats because they say one thing that trainers do is they have switch out to Rhydon. They often start sending out teams that counter against your team. This is actually true. This is actually true, and I know this from experience, and I know this through research. Let's say you have a team where you lead with a water type. Well, if you keep on going in the game, let's hope he doesn't freeze me. Excuse me. If you keep on going in the game, and yeah, you keep like winning matches and stuff, and you keep on leading with that water type Pokemon, you're gonna end up facing off a lot of teams that have grass type Pokemon and electric type Pokemon. That will happen very often. I'm just letting you know. I know this is true because I had a team with a Swampert, a Metagross, and Latios, which is what a lot of people consider to be the best Battle Frontier trio. I had a team with them 3, and as I was going on runs with them, I had Swampert as my lead. The type Pokemon that kept showing up were grass types. I kept getting hit with grass types non-stop in a lot of battles, which is just fine with me because my other 2 types could deal with grass types no problem. But it shows like, oh yeah, like it definitely is rigged. Like they cheat like that. But you can actually use that to your advantage, knowing, okay, they're gonna send out these types, let me make my second and third Pokemon like this, you know? Now as far as do critical hits like this, that wasn't even critical. God, this Donphin's just strong. But do critical hits start happening more often? I don't think so. But I do feel like sometimes they happen like at the worst times, you know? Like when you really need a critical to not happen in order for you to win, it'll happen. But to be fair, I've gotten my fair share of really lucky criticals and, you know, freezes, burns, all that. So I can't always complain. But it's just a lot, you know? Because when you think, like, for instance, Pokemon Stadium, you had to win several games consecutively in order to complete the series or whatever, the leagues. But, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. But the thing that Pokemon Stadium gave you were continues. If you were to beat a trainer without any of your Pokemon dying, you gotta continue. So later on, if you were to die, you get to rematch it with your continue. I wish they had that for the Battle Frontier, because that would have made it 1,000 times easier. You know, like 1,000,000,000 times easier. But no, like, that's critical for sure. How many criticals have I been hit by? Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's just, it's tough. Long story short, it is tough. It's heartbreaking, you know, because you find a team that you think like is gonna do really well, and your team is really good. Like, you have the most beautiful constructed team, but then you get hit by Quick Claw Rhydon, or yeah, Quick Claw Hornedrill Rhydon, or Resting Sleep Talk. Whatchamacallit? What's that ice one-shot move? That ice types use. I forgot what it's called. But Sheer Cold. That's what I was thinking about. Sheer Cold. Walrein. There's literally a set for Walrein in these facilities, each of them, where Walrein has Sheer Cold, Hornedrill, Rest, and Sleep Talk. Sleep Talk allows you to use one of your moves while you're sleeping. Now, it's a random selected move, but still. So you're going to be hit by one-hit KO moves while you're dealing with the Pokemon using Rest a bunch. Think about that. That's the kind of crap that you have to deal with in the Battle Frontier. It's brutal. It is brutal. I might die here, by the way. This Machamp might cross-chop and kill me. I got the Quick Claw here. Let's see what this does. But, yeah, it is just so brutal. Nice job, Rhydon. Rhydon has really high attack. So it's hard. But if you're just persistent and you make some good teams and give them good items and all that, like, you'll do fine. There's certain facilities that are more difficult than others. Like, for me, this Battle Factory is actually the easiest out of them all. That doesn't mean it's easy. It's just the easiest. And it's the one I enjoy by far the most. I love the Battle Factory. I want to tell y'all, like, I've gotten, you know how you get only 3 battle points after each, like, set win? I had over 1,000 battle points, and most of it was from the Battle Factory. Just because, like, even though I had the gold symbol for it already, I just enjoy playing, just for fun. It's just really fun to play it, so, to see, you know, how far I can go. My record for wins here at the Battle Factory is, I think, 50. But other facilities, some of them are more difficult. And I don't want to spoil what some of them are yet, but there's 3 of them I can think of that give people a lot of trouble, and they are incredibly difficult. In fact, one of them, I got a gold symbol for the first time in my life earlier this year, and I wanted to punch a hole through my laptop trying to do it, because several times I would get to like 60 straight wins or something, and I would end up losing, and it was very annoying. So yeah, it sucks. Anyways, this Slaking is taking forever to go down. Some other things they're going to deal with are Pokemon who spam double team and have leftovers and rest. Like Blissey loves to do that, and if you know a thing or two about Blissey, it has really high HP. So it takes forever to kill it if you don't have physical moves. And if you don't, you know, kill it soon enough. So another piece of advice I have, don't give Pokemon a chance to set up. If you can kill it, kill it. Don't try and use a Swords Dance, don't use a Bulk Up, don't use a Calm Mind, whatever. If you can kill Pokemon, or even nearly kill it in one shot, then go ahead and do it. because if you let it get just one double team off, it'll add up and it'll get incredibly annoying. Trust me, I know from experience. If anyone knows, it's me. I've endured so much pain from the Battle Frontier over the last several years, you don't even know. So I've learned a lot, but I want y'all to be able to... There's a Venusaur. I want y'all to be able to, you know, enjoy this next part of the game with me. And I guarantee you, this part of the, like, this section of Pokemon Emerald, there you go. There it starts. Seeing you know what's going to happen next. I'm going to miss this. But this section of Pokemon Emerald is, I guarantee you, it's going to take even longer than our actual playthrough of the game. Like, this is the real Elite Four, you know? It's the Elite 7. So anyways, let's go on to our 5th match. High risk, high return. So what that means, I believe, is usually they have powerful moves that either have like low accuracy or recoil, or they might have moves like explosion or self-destruct. I think those kind of things. So Jinx here, okay. Just like risky movesets that don't always work, but when they work really well, I think. Just think of it like that. Y'all know what high risk, high reward is. I don't think I have to. So, Jinx has low defense. I'm surprised it was able to take that double edge that well. What Parasong does, it causes us to faint in 3 turns, but as long as you switch out, you're fine. But what this Jinx is going to do next is going to use Mean Look. Of course I missed because it has Bright Powder. Now it's going to Lovely Kiss and put me to sleep. So now I definitely need to switch out, because I don't want to just have Salamence die for no reason. So let's switch out before it trolls us. Okay. Let's go. It might have Ice Beam, so I'm going to go into Milotic. Protect. It's good. Now it's going to switch out because it's also about to die from Perish. It's going to switch out to Electabuzz. Okay. Smart move. Smart move. So Electabuzz is going to outspeed us and probably use an electric attack. So, wow. So I'm going to just switch into Rhydon. Play it safe. Yeah. Another thing, they do have some rules here. I talked about there's certain Pokemon you can't use. You also can't use 2 of the same type of Pokemon. And you also can't have 2 of the same item on your Pokemon. They need to all have different items, or just not have an item at all. Now some of the best items to bring here would be a Choice Band, which is something that increases the power of your attacks by 1.5. That's a lot. However, you can only choose the first move that you pick for the whole entire battle, until you switch them out, of course. But yeah, you're like locked into one move basically. But it increases that move by quite a bit. That's one of the best items that you can get here for 64 battle points. Another one is Leftovers, which actually got some on the way here from the ship that lead to Battle Frontier. Leftovers, as you saw, Salamence had it. It just restores some of your HP after each turn. I think that's a Quick Claw. We've been getting so many Quick Claws with Rhydon. Quick Claw, as you can see, is one of the best items. It comes in handy. Like, it can save you in so many ways. I love the Quick Claw. Focus Band is alright. As I mentioned before, you'll randomly not die sometimes. I know that sounds weird, but let's say you have 1 HP and someone hits you. If you have the Focus Band, there's like a 10% chance that you won't die, and you'll stay at 1 HP when you're supposed to die. It's a 10% chance of that happening. So, I mean, it can come in handy, but I don't know. I wouldn't waste money on the focus band. But if you want to try and use it, you can. We're gonna break here. Even that critical barely did anything. Let's see, what's another really good one? The white herb. So what the white herb does is anytime one of your stats are lowered, it'll reset it to regular. Lumberry. So the Lumberry, it heals your Pokemon from any status once. So if you get poisoned, you go to sleep, you get burned, or you get paralyzed or frozen. I think I said frozen already. But it heals you from that. The Chesto Berry wakes you up from sleep, which is good to use along with Rest, the move Rest, which is why people call it Chesto Resto. We'll go another Earthquake. That's another Quick Claw. Citrus Berry, you can use that. I think Citrus Berry is better for like early in the game. No, I mean Citrus Berries is still good. If you want to use that, you definitely can. Salic Berry, it increases the speed of your Pokemon when it's on low health. That's good to use for like indoor reversal sets. What else? Some other, just those like type items, like the items that increase the power of certain move types. So like Miracle Seed increases grass type moves. Mystic Water increases water moves. Charcoal increases fire, so on and so forth. There's one for pretty much each type. But you can't get them all. You cannot get them all on this game, I don't think. But most of them you can. So you can use that if you want. We may as well use Protect here. Let's see. So yeah. Those are some of the items. Let's see. And most of them that I mentioned you can get from the Frontier. You can buy them from the Frontier shop. Now, for the berries I mentioned, like the Lumberry and Citrus Berry, you're gonna have to basically get that outside of the Frontier. You can't get that there. They're in the map in Hoenn. I'm gonna just say that. There's like these two old people to the right of Mauville who give like a random berry each day. Please outspeed this thing. Dang it. They give out like a random berry each day, and there's a chance it might be Lumberry or Salic Berry. Yeah, I had a feeling I should have went to Milotic. But we're doing good so far. I shouldn't have said anything. I don't even know why. I was trying not to say anything about how we were doing, but I feel like I shouldn't have. Let's see who it is. Oh no. Oh gosh, another one. Okay, that's fine. We may as well stay in, because even if Milotic goes down, we have Salamence in the back. So we're good. And this is his last Pokemon, so yeah. That's not a critical. It's gonna use Protect. Yeah. Just to troll us, but if it's smart, it would try and go for Protect again. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. There's literally nothing he can do. Okay. Jinx is not one of the best Pokemon to go in with. I guess, I don't know. You can make a pretty good moveset with her. She has 2 good special attacks. And then she has Mean Look, Perish Song. I think she has Thunder Wave. Anyways, that is round 2. So we have 14 straight wins. Now we need to get to 21. So this is round 3. So round 3 we're going to get some Pokemon with good movesets for the most part. But we're also going to go against that too. So here we go. Let's get either Dark, Ghost, or Bug. Let's see. No. Umbreon's pretty good. Tauros is a great leader with Intimidate. Docile Nature's not that good. And 2 special attacking moves? No. Arcanine. This is a good Arcanine. He's faster and White Herb with Overheat. Slacking. Slow slacking. But he's Choice Banded and has pretty solid defenses. And we'll go with Umbreon for defense. Bold Nature, Shadow Ball. Yeah. I think this is good. Slacking, a lot of people use Slacking for the Frontier in general. And actually the moveset like he has right now is the moveset people give their own Slacking. Oh no. Shuckle's one of the worst Pokemon to go against. So if you give it Choice Band with 4 strong attacking moves, that's really good. Shuckle's one of the worst Pokemon because he's very bulky and he often has like double team. I think he has Substitute as well. Yeah, he has Substitute. Shuckle can get really yeah, here we go. He can get really annoying really quickly, so do I have no, because Slacking will be sleeping every other turn. I'm gonna go with Crunch. I don't know if this will remove the Substitute though. No. And he has double. Yeah. This Shuckle is horrible. Now the good thing is I have Aerial Ace. So I do have that. Okay. I think. Okay, good, he missed. Alright, I'm gonna go for Overheat next. He also has Leftovers. These are the kind of movesets you're gonna be running into. And I missed. Oh my god. And it. Dang it. I knew it would do that crap. I knew it. I don't wanna. I think I have to. I missed again. He's only used 1 and he has a trap. Y'all see what I'm talking about. These are the. This is why I should have shut up earlier. Shouldn't have said anything. Okay. Let's go into Slacking. Okay, I do have Aerial Ace. There we go. Took him out. Okay. Okay. Let's go into Umbreon here. Now I'm gonna go Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball. Hit through. Hit through, please. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Torment, that's fine. Just use a track. There we go. There we go. Okay. See, that was just the first match, man. I'm telling y'all. Oh gosh. Okay, that's a really strong move. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna go. Let's see, he has Earthquake. I'm gonna go Umbreon here. He can't really do crap to Umbreon. I can't really do crap to him though. Never mind. Let's go into Slacking. Nice. Okay. Oh my gosh. All of them are the wrong gender, dude. Oh my god. And I can't hit through a track. This is why I said it's one of the worst moves. Oh my gosh. It's not even attacking me because it can't. Thank you. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's continue. My goodness. Okay, this guy, I know he's going to do. He's going to use Explosion. That's what he loves to do. So. There we go. I knew that Umbreon could take an explosion, so. Okay, Sunny Day, Solar Beam. It's fine. Go Overheat here. Nice. Let's go Crunch. Okay, Earthquake, that's fine. What should I go for? Brick Break is weak. Aerial is... I think Shadow Ball is the best option. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Ooh. What did he have? He had Thunder? Yeah, no. Dusclops, okay. Let's go for Crunch. Swagger. Nice. Thank you! Why can't y'all do that more? Just kill it on the first hit. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay. Speeding up things a little bit. Or else we'll be here for an eternity. Shadow Ball. Oh god. Why did Surf do so much? Holy crap. Did he use like a special defense lower or something? I don't know. Okay. Well. That's fine. Oh no. Okay. That's not good that he just did that. Dragon Dance. I don't like that. I don't like this. Oh. Okay, there we go. Oh, right. That's fine. Bite. Thank you for not flinching. Let's go. Okay. As y'all can tell, I'm absolutely terrified right now. Okay. I'm gonna go for another Overheat. That's fine, I have Extreme Speed. That's what it's for. I'm gonna go for Extreme Speed again. Okay, he's gonna Surf. Shadow Ball. Nice. Okay, here we go. It is time, guys. So after they heal us, it is time for the Silver Symbol Factory Head Noland. So he doesn't tell us anything. We don't know anything about his team. Makes it a lot scarier, but more epic. Here we go. Oh my gosh. He's in charge of this place. Okay. Yeah, so it's cool that he uses rental Pokemon as well, but it's scary though, because you don't know what he's gonna have. Here we go. He leads with Executor. Perfect. Perfect. That's a perfect matchup for us. We have 2 effective moves against him. I think we have 3 actually. Yeah, okay. Hit him with Overheat. Let's just one-shot this thing, get it down. No problem. Come on. Come on. That should one-shot. Let's go. Quit playing, man. Let's go. And we get that White Herb action. Sorry. It feels good, you know, to just one-shot something without missing, without double team, nothing. Just simple one-shot, you know. Now we get... Come on, bring it. Meganium, you can get it too. Okay, that's a quick claw for sure. Meganium is in no way faster than Arcanine. That's a critical. That's not a critical? How's that not a critical? Why did that do so much? Meganium doesn't have that high... Whatever. It's fine. We're going to take this out too, because Overheat's just like that. The problem is, we don't get the White Herb here, so probably going to use a physical attack for Armaldo. Or I might go for another Overheat. It'll still do quite a bit. Thing about Overheat, it cannot burn, but that's fine. It does 1/3 of his health. Now, thing is about Armaldo is he does have Sword Stance, and that is my only worry, is Sword Stance. If he gets off a Sword Stance, we're in big trouble, because he also has Brick Break, which is super effective against these next 2 guys. Speaking of, that's going to do half, more than half. It doesn't. Okay, that's good. Because now that means we should be able to take another as long as he doesn't critical. Good. Okay, and now we wake up. Oh my god, he gets a Quick Claw. And we die. god. I'm telling y'all, it... Oh my god, dude. Okay. He's dead. Get out of here. Let's go. Oh my god, dude. When he got that quick claw, I was about to have a heart attack. And now we get the knowledge symbol, which is silver. So we're not done. We still need to get the gold symbol, but we're gonna do that next time on next episode because this was already an hour. That's how long it took. And after you get beat a brain, you get a bunch of battle points. Let's go. So also you can record the battles. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that because that was awesome. So I'll see you on next time, and we'll try and get that gold symbol for the factory.